everyone, welcome back to my channel and I hope you are having a great day. I am going to do today a very quick tutorial, and I say very quick because you know if you watch my tutorials I usually make them about 15 minutes long, so we'll endeavour to get through it a bit quicker today. I'm going to do a tutorial showing you the brand new Gel II matte top coat. Now this was released at the Pro Beauty Show in the UK this weekend, so it will be available very soon. I have had a little bit of a play with it and it is just beautiful. So I'm going to show you how it looks over some stamping. So what I'm going to use, and I've already done 2 coats of each colour and cured, I'm going to use Gel II in Bunny Hopping, which is this beautiful lilac colour. And I'm going to use Gel II in Anniversary, which is a stunning, very bright sort of fuchsia-y pink. And I've just got a couple of Moyu plates here, and I'm going to give my new creative stamper a bit of a whirl as well. And I'm going to do one with black stamping polish and one with white stamping polish, and as usual I will be using my nail stamping queen polish. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my colour pops, and I'm at a funny angle again guys, so I'm just going to do this so you can see. All I'm doing is just wiping over with isopropyl alcohol to remove the inhibition layer and remove everything else. I'm actually jogging things, sorry. So I'm just going to wait until that evaporates and then I'm going to start stamping. Okay, so it has evaporated, the alcohol that is, off the colour pop, and I'm left with sort of a dull finish there. I think I've actually missed a bit around the top, but the stamping never gets to that part anyway. So I've got here a Moyu London Pro XL plate and it is number 22. So I think I'll just use this image up here, which is just sort of some flowers. So I'm actually going to turn it around so it's easier to work with. And it is very warm here, so chances are this may not work the first go and I might have to do it again because this stamping is actually drying pretty much immediately on the plates. So I'm just going in with my white polish from mine, this is Dove Grey and this is Nail Stamping Queen. So I'm just going in with this one, straight over the stamping image. I'm going to grab my stamper as quickly as I can because it is going to dry almost immediately. Pop it on my stamper, roll it onto my stamper. So I've got a lovely clean image there. So you know what I'm doing here. You've seen me stamp before, so it's just a matter of now lining up your image, pressing it down. This is quite squishy, this stamper. I am going to do a review of this as well. So that is the image, so it's really nice. Now I'm going to let that dry. The key to this is letting this polish dry 100% because I did do some yesterday. I didn't let the polish dry, and then when I went to use the matte top coat it actually smeared the polish. So I would let this dry for as long as you can get away with it and then go in with your top coat. Okay, so while the bunny hopping one's drying, I'm just going to quickly do the anniversary one, and I'm going to use the Explorer plate number 24. And I think this image up here, and apologies for the sirens in the background guys, we've had some fairly ferocious weather after probably for the last couple of hours, and I think there's a lot of emergency services vehicles running around, so if you hear sirens, that's what that is. So it makes a difference from my bird, I suppose, doesn't it? Okay, so we're going in with this image, so I'm just going to, as quickly as I can, cover the image. So I'm kind of christening this plate because I don't think I've used this one before. So get my stamper, scrape, and I'm going to roll it on. So I've got a beautiful crisp image there. So this is where I've got to be careful because I'm at a funny angle again. So I'm just going to, I'm not going to get it all on obviously, so I'm going to line it up and I'm going to get a little bit of everything and I just press down because as I said this is super squishy. And that is slightly distorted, but I think that's because I'm at a funny angle, but you'll get the gist of it anyway because when we put the matte top coat on you will see. So I'm going to let these two dry completely for another couple of minutes and then I'm going to come back and show you the top coat. Okay, so they've both had a couple of minutes to dry, so theoretically we should be good to go. So I'm going to go in with, as I said, the brand new Gel II No Cleanse matte top coat. So I'm just going to take the lid off. I've got it in zoomed in so that you can see if there is any smudging. So if there's any smudging, it's not dry. or not dry enough. So I'm going to start off with the bunny hopping one and the Dove Grey Nail Stamping Queen polish. What I found is the more strokes you do, the more likely it is to smudge. So you just go in and float your brush over. So I'm just going to pop the top coat on my brush. So it's just at the side here. And I'm just going to very, very lightly float my brush over my Colourpop. Make sure everything is covered. Just need to put a tiny bit more on there. Make sure your free edge is sealed. I am going in with more coats, but I'm just sort of testing the waters a bit here. Now that is obviously totally dry because there is no smudging at all there. So I'm going to pop that in my Gel II lamp for 50 seconds. And I'm going to show you the other one now. So I'm going to go in with the anniversary one now, and black is the one that I had the issue with yesterday. So too many brush strokes I think I was doing, and too hot a weather. So I'm going to just float my brush over and try and do as few strokes as I possibly can. So down the middle, down the sides, and I'm going to leave it at that and cap your free edge, and I'm going to pop that in my lamp for 50 seconds and I will be back. But actually I'll just zoom in a bit. So as you can see, there isn't any smudging on this one. Now I will show you the one I did yesterday that was too many brush strokes and it did smudge a little bit. Okay, so this is the two cured, and as you can see they are beautifully matte, and apologies for the wonky stamping over anniversary. That was just me getting used to that stamper. Now I'll show you the one that I did yesterday. I did it over Peppermint Pony from the Carousel Collection. And I think what happened was a combination of two things. I think I went in quite heavily with the top coat. I didn't float my brush, and I don't think that the polish was dry. But I'm going to experiment and play around with different stamping polishes, different blacks and the matte top coat. And if I come up with any sort of earth-shattering findings, I'll let you know. It could just be that certain polishes aren't as good with the matte top coat as others, but yeah, as I said, I'll do some experiments and let you know. And I did do a couple of others this morning, and I used Frou Frou Blue and the Marvelous Melody, both from the Carousel Collection. The Frou Frou Blue, I don't like the stamp, but obviously it's turned out fine. And I absolutely love the Marvelous Melody one. I could hardly say that, sorry guys. But I think that's just a really, really, really pretty stamp, and the matte looks absolutely stunning. Okay guys, that's all of them, and I've left in the Peppermint Pony one just to show you that I did have a smearing issue. So my advice would be, obviously make sure your black stamping polish is 100% dry. When you top coat, go in with a very light hand, float your brush over the nail, do as few strokes as you can, and you should be fine. Also, if you are having issues with the particular stamping polish that you are using, you can go in with a very thin coat of the Radiant Mirror Shine No Cleanse top coat, and then follow it up with a very thin layer of your matte top coat. And you get exactly the same effect. I have already tried this, and it will make little to no difference to removal, and you can come up with some absolutely fantastic ideas. So as I said, I will have a bit of a play around with all of the black stamping polishes, and I'll just try some regular nail polishes as well and see if I can come up with a no smudge combination, and I will let you know what I find out. Okay, so I'll pop all of the product information in the description bar, and as I have said before in other videos, Gel II is a professional only product, so if you are not a qualified nail technician, you won't be able to use it, but there are top coats available to the general public that are matte, so you can do this look at home quite easily. Any comments, guys, pop them in the comments box below and I will get back to you. And I'm blown away by the product. I love a matte top coat, and I think it looks really, really nice on the nails. You can do so much nail art. So I'll have more stuff coming up, so stay tuned. Please give the video a thumbs up if you like it, guys, and please hit that subscribe button because I really appreciate your support. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.